What is good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Paul, and for today's video I've got one that I'm very excited to present to you, because every now and again there is a gray level piece that'll just perpetually and continually catch your eye. A piece that you look at time and time again, you think to yourself, should I get it? Should I not? You kind of wrestle with the idea until one day the desire becomes so high that you begin to look for that aforementioned piece. Things perfectly align and you're able to purchase that respective garment. Today's that day, and this is that garment. Today I'm going to be doing a review on my newly acquired Grail piece, the Fear of God Eternal Melton wool coat. But just before we jump into it, I didn't let you know that my watch company, Or Watch, just launched the new unisex line, which does include watches with smaller faces. We are in a testing period and the supplies are limited, but with Valentine's Day just around the corner, what better way to bless your significant other than with the gift of quality time? You guys see what I did there? Quality time, high quality watches. But with all of that being said, let's go ahead and talk about the Fear of God Eternal Melton wool coat. So first things first, I did want to talk about how we got here, because spending $2,800 on a jacket is not something that I regularly do. It's a lot of money. Well, at least it is to me. And so for that reason, I will take my time when it comes to buying these higher ticket items to decipher if this is one of those like impulsive buys, or if it's genuinely something I can see myself enjoying for years and years, which is where I ultimately landed for this coat. Ultimately, when it comes to these long coats, man, they never really go out of style. They're very timeless in nature, which definitely helped with my decision-making process. The only issue is it was sold out for a good amount of time. They just restocked Eternal for 2025, and I will have a link in the description to go ahead and find these jackets. And so upon the restock, I said to myself, I'm gonna go ahead and make this jacket mine, but not before I make a little space in my closet, which is something I regularly do. I went through my closet and I looked at each garment specifically, and I said to myself, would I pay full price again for this garment? If the answer is no, then it had to go, which actually thinned out my closet pretty substantial. I was able to move or sell well over $2,800 worth of garments, and at this point the jacket is essentially free. And so I went on to Google to go ahead and make my purchase. I typed in Fear of God Eternal Melton jacket or whatever, and on Grailed I saw a brand new Melton jacket in my size for $1,800. Dude, I was so stoked. It's almost as if heaven itself had opened up and the Lord said himself, here is a blessing. I know it sounds a little bit dramatic, but that was the story more or less. But yeah, man, I hit the guy up on Grailed, we worked out a deal, and now we have the jacket. Now you might be thinking to yourself, Paul, there's so many overcoats out there. Why this specific one from Fear of God? Which is a totally fair question in light of the immensely high price point. But when you look into the specs that comprise this garment, being comprised of 100% Melton wool and feeling absolutely luxurious, it is hand cut and designed in Italy with artisan craftsmanship. I mean, when it comes to the details of how this thing fits, it is just beautifully oversized, not so much overstated, but just relaxed in the way it falls. In addition to the garment weight, the garment softness, you see the meticulous amount of detail that went into producing this garment, something we all know and love from Fear of God mainline. And that's essentially how I knew I was absolutely gonna love this jacket, because the fact is I've never ever been disappointed with a garment from Fear of God mainline. Jerry's got a special gift, man. He's got a gift of attention to detail, and that definitely translates through the Eternal collection. But yeah, man, that essentially constitutes or justifies why I made this rather large purchase. The jacket is just so nicely weighted, and it works perfectly with the silhouette of the garment throughout, leading to a piece that just falls and fits so nicely, leading to the perfect relaxed overcoat aesthetic. I just love this piece. I think that does have a lot to do with the versatility of how you could wear this jacket. Of course, you could go with a very sophisticated look, kind of going with like a suit underneath and throwing the jacket over. But for me, I would probably more tend to wear it more casually as an overcoat, over, say, a sweat set, that could be a very comfortable and cozy look, namely a hoodie and some sweatpants, which I actually have on here. This is the set from Uniqlo C, which I will have linked below because this is a very nice base layer. You can pair it with some denim such as the G04 denim from Locust&WildHoney, which I do have on with my brand new bare knuckle sweater. I've worn the coat with an Abercrombie sweater, a baseball cap, and some Our Legacy jeans. Because the garment is relaxed and pretty oversized, you have the ability to really dress this thing down, and rather than being brought down by the casual outfit, it actually elevates that casual outfit, which was kind of the idea of why I ended up picking this one up. Now, ultimately landing onto the decision to pick up this coat did not come without some personal objections. Of course, the price point was one of them, but in addition to that, I'm a shorter guy. I am 5'7", and wearing a long coat might emphasize my height or lack thereof, which was ultimately quelled with the idea that I would be very intentional of making sure that the outfit underneath would be very proportionally sound, where the pants would be longer and of course the top would be somewhat cropped or at least tucked in to kind of rectify the longer nature of the overcoat. If it's not clear already, I'm essentially committing to only wearing it open, because if I were to close it, it would be game over. It would literally look like I'm wearing a dress or like a gown. But yeah, man, that essentially covers it all. It's double-breasted design, it's amazing quality, the way that it falls, the way that it fits, of course, and its overall timelessness and universality. Is that a word? With regard to styling, this coat made itself an inevitable part of my wardrobe. I actually almost forgot to mention this little bag that they threw in with the coat. So it comes in a dust bag, but in the bag is actually a sash or like a rope to tie around the coat. As I mentioned, I'm gonna be running it open for the most part, so I probably won't make much use of this, but a nice little addition to say the least. I actually almost forgot about sizing too, my goodness. I did go for a size small in this garment. I'm 5'7", weigh about 170 pounds. And as you can see, it does fit pretty oversized. And I think a small equates to an Italian 46. I can't believe I almost forgot about talk about sizing. But with that to say, that is going to do it for today's video around my new Fear of God Eternal coat, my latest Grail pickup. Please go ahead and make your opinions known in the comments below. But in addition to that, I'd be interested in hearing what your personal Grail garments or sneakers are. So go ahead and comment those down in the comment section as well. Guys, please bear in mind, this is a very irregular thing to purchase something so expensive for myself, especially on a garment. Actually, a huge reason why that I didn't want to get this for my personal wardrobe is because saying yes to this is saying no to investing or investing in different stocks, which I have been getting into as of late. So I generally did wrestle with this decision. Do I regret it? That's yet to be seen. And now I am off on another tangent. I'll go ahead and end it right there, guys. Thank you so much for the continued support, whether through here on the videos on the channel or through my various products or a watch, as well as LWH clothing. It really is such a privilege of mine to get to serve you through making products as well as content, and I will never take that for granted. As always, I wish you all have a very beautiful day, and with that, I'll catch you in the next upload. Peace and be blessed.